and the ancestors are looking out for us. God Hayes is exposing them, man.
Okay, you see that chair right there? See how big it is?
Yeah.
Now look at the Pope chair under it. Scroll down, look at the Pope chair under
Never have it been made so clear.
Young TV. Young.
We running the game right now.
Young TV.
Time to take over.
Young
We the hottest in the game. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. If you just not tuned in.
TV.
Share, like on your Instagram, Facebook.
Young TV.
If you tuned in, we broadcasting live from 2030, baby.
Young TV. Young
Taking over the game, baby. Oh yeah.
Young TV.
Hit that like.
Young TV.
Get them likes up in the air, you heard me?
Young TV.
Ride by. Hotel. Islam.
Young TV.
Assalamu alaikum. Flown lekker.
Young TV.
Hit that like.
Hey, Rabbi, peace, love, and harmony. Well, right now, there's a lot going on. You see that the government is still shut down, and we're going on day 20 or day 21. And the people who certain assistance from the government starting to panic now. When we told them, go back to the pump for Trump files, why don't you? And we told them, wing yourself off the government. They were making fun of us. They're making fun of us when we said, wing yourself off the government. But now, it's just like just as planned. Now, if you're new to the channel, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Right? Hit it right now, man. I'm telling you, man. You don't want to miss out. We got something coming out every day. We gave you Saturday and Sunday off to try to let people catch up. Because like, man, you put out 11 tapes in 1 week. We got to catch up. So we gave them 2 days to catch up. If you hadn't caught up by now, we probably put out 11 more tapes this week on some more stuff, some hot stuff. We got some hot, hey, man. Them 2 days, I don't take a day off. Young don't take no days off. We work 24/7, man. We open 24/7 like 7-Eleven. You know what I'm saying? But they're panicking, y'all. And they're trying to pull their last finishing move on us, which is to ultimately lock us into another 600-year contract with the so-called government. Now, keep in mind the word government, because we deal in legalments. We deal in legalments, right? That's what I call it, legalments. The first legalment of the legal majestics. The legal majestic, I might have to write that down, man. That's a new word, legal majestics. The new legal majestics of government, meaning govern is another word for control, simply. And mental means the mind. So govern the mental. These guys want another 600-year contract, which we don't want to sign. And they say, all right, well, that's cool. We're going to give you an offer you can't refuse. What is the offer we can't refuse? You need us. You can't survive. They're going to prove their ultimate move is to prove that we need them to survive. And to come, I'm on Hakeem, and to come back and make us beg at their feet for whatever they offer. That's what they whole playing game is. So they want everybody chipped. They want national IDs. Yeah, they can want a lot of stuff, but that don't mean it's gonna happen. They've been working on that for a minute. They don't got enough time to pull that off. It's too many people here up to speed at this point. And shout out to sister that confirmed my 3-eye atlas tape that I had a dream about, and I put the AI tape out about it. And shout out to sister who confirmed that they were working on the blimp project called the Aberdeen, Maryland, where they was working on that blimp project, and that was part of Project Bluebeam and the drone thing. Right? So their whole move is to try to, they know 2030, just like Dr. Malachi York said, that the Anunnaki is gonna make it'll be some moving around going in 2030. And so they trying to, that's why they deadline is 2029. They gotta beat 2020, they gotta have all this done by 20. They gotta have, before they say, hey, what's going this the before the treaties up, you got what you call the Protected Planet Treaty. So a lot of people don't know, this is the part they're missing. You got what you call the Protected Planet Treaty. So this planet is being protected by a group of beings. Some people call them the custodians. Some of them call it the Nubaru Council. Some of them call the Galactic Council. It depends on who you are and what you calling them. But the treaty was made up until 2030. Then they had a 13-year grace period, which will land you at 2043. Right? So once that, they gotta convince you that you need them before that time. It's dealing in contracts, because the galactical law system is based on, as it is above, so is it below. Just like your law system down here is based on contracts, it's based on contracts up there. So that's what the Bible's all about. That's what Deuteronomy is all about. It's all about, make a deal with me. Let me be your God, and you serve me, and I give you, couple crumbs. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all a game. The God game is a game. So the pawns in the game. But what we're saying is they gotta get you to bow down. They gotta give you a problem, and then the solution is sign a deal with us, and we'll protect you from these beings who want to take your booty or who want to take your lunch money. They gonna, you guys are funny guys, man. They make it funny, but they don't just they ain't just satanic. They got a dry, funny sense of humor. Some of them funny in that group. They like to put a little bit of comedy in the things that they do. I'm telling you, man, these guys. So aliens coming from outer space, aliens picking people coming up missing. Keep in mind, we got about 13 more projects to put out just dealing with the government and UFOs and extraterrestrials. Project Galileo, Project Sigma, right? People don't even know about, never even heard of these things. Project Sigma, right? Project Deep Freeze. That's dealing with Admiral Byrd and them going there and trying to take over Hitler base. And this is after they blew him up. After they blew him up. Allegedly. Well, we gotta say allegedly. You know what I'm saying? After they allegedly dropped 3 nuclear bombs on Hitler to go and put him out of business, they did Operation Deep Freeze. Meanwhile, they send Admiral Byrd up to the North Pole for an expedition to fly his plane 500 miles into the North Pole. He see a whole nother land on the other side of the ice wall. Admiral Byrd went past the ice wall and saw the other 3, where it really is, it's 3 continents. It's 3 more huge continents. 2 of them bigger than, one of them about the size of Africa, and then the other 2 bigger than Africa. Bigger than Africa, and one of them bigger than Africa and Europe put together. And they got oceans. You'll be able to tell the difference from here. Imagine it's like a reverse world. It's like our world on the inside, but better. It's like a better world on the inside. So I wish I could do a drawing, but imagine like a sea like this, and then imagine a sea on the other side. So you live on the outside of that sea. It's people that live on the inside of that sea. Once you cross around the sea, you go into the ice wall. Atma Bird flew down now, landed his plane, and came in contact. Actually, he said in his logs, he said that once he got to a certain 500 feet, 500 miles, I think, because that's when you go down past reverse gravity. When the gravity reverse, when you're going down, the polarity reverse, right? It's reverse polarity. So as he flew down, boom, he said the polarity reverse. He lost control of his flights. Some took control of his flights and landed his plane. So they must got some kind of technology down there that can magnetically guide certain types of crafts or whatever into the landing base. The government know all about this, but they gonna tell you about some 12-mile mothership coming. Come on, man, it's a military operation. Look, I'm gonna tell you how you know it's a military operation, because ain't no way they'll let it be announced on TV or the news if it wasn't a military operation. The military don't tell you shit that's top secret, that's like a extraterrestrial. You ain't gonna never hear nothing about that. And if they got plausible deniability. You ask them, they say, oh well, you ask them about S4, they say, oh yeah, well that never existed. Area 51, yeah, you know about that, you know. It ain't nothing there though about a bunch of bugs flying around and in the dust. Yeah, right. Yeah, right, man. Hey, this the killing part about it. These stupid suckers don't know where it's children that's here. They got access to the Akashic records, and they don't gotta go walk on the base. They just can pull up the Akashic records, walk right into the base. Walk right into your meetings. All the meetings you ever had is recorded in the Akashic records. All the secret meetings you had underground, in your underground bases, in your secret halls, which is 15-foot thick walls. Think nobody can hear you, man. You always being heard, because everything is being recorded through the magnetic frequency of your magnetic force field. Your magnetic force field is recording everything, negative and positive energy. And so all your signatures, and then your signature is on it. So say, oh, it wasn't me, that ain't me. No, your signature right here on it. And it's more than just writing something down. It's way deeper than that. The signature is way deeper than that. It goes deeper than that in the Akashic records. So there are children right now. There's too many children walking around with access to the Akashic records for your plan to work. Nobody's going for it. Nobody wants it. Nobody that ain't you already got most of the sheeps when you hit them with the Ali. Gotta catch that part. Y'all gotta have to catch that, because they be out. Look, they algorithm being shadow banding, right? So you gotta catch that when they hit them. When they got rid of a lot of the these people with the Ali. You know what I'm saying? You know what Ali was good for? Ali will work a man down with that joint, right? Better catch that, right? They got rid of. Just think about how many people that died when they hit him with the Ali. Think about that. That year, my grandma died, my grandpa, my auntie, both of my aunties, my cousins. I had like 6 people die all in the same year. You know what I'm saying? That part. But now, you know, we being heist. The country's been heist by aliens. The country's been heist by aliens, man. I'm telling you. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Somebody say, what type of aliens? These aliens are called the Drago reptilians. And they're using their hybrid children called the Aldebarans, who the Rothschilds, the Germans, the man that got the germ on him, the man with the germ. And these Aldebarans, somebody was on there, they was asking what Aldebarans and Ashar Command. Well, Aldebarans is the originals. Ashtar Command test tube babies drafted off the Elder Barons. The Elder Barons are the original Proconian Aldebanos. See, so I told people, I don't know if you watched that last tape I just put out, the Galactic meeting, where these Proconian sold their Albano counterparts to the reptilians for a food source, to sum it up. Then they sold them to a Leylunim, which was to know most people, to what you call mermaids. They then in turn made clone avatars so they can go to other planets that weren't conducive to their body, and boom, start transferring their consciousness to that body, and boom, you know what I'm saying? And that's Ashtar, but that shell that they created, or what they call a sleeve, because they're going to come out with this now. They going to start selling these to people that got the enough money. Now you can go watch a movie called Surrogate with Bruce Willis. They going to start selling these sleeves to people. They call it a sleeve. It's like a body, your body, a clone of your body, and you can just computerize, transfer, and dry this body while you sit at home. Go watch it, man. They got to put a movie out about it. Then they put in that movie, they also hit a switch where they cut everybody off, because everybody was connected to this digital, and they could be subliminal because dealing with the digital ID. That's what we came to talk about too, the digital ID, where they want everybody chipped by 2029. And they're afraid that if they don't have this done, that when these aliens, they call them aliens, right? The Anunnakis, who are the guardians, who are the Elohim, right? Who are the Yahwehians, the real Yahwehs, right? So y'all, I know a lot of y'all don't like I knew it. They know that. The government know that. All of them know that. And they trying to get all this stuff. They trying to get you into, to scare you into contract. And so be ready for a type of situation where they might try to starve us out by stopping the motion of the trains and the trucks, so they can't deliver food and certain supplies to certain areas due to fake artificial design natural disasters that they cause, these guys, because they got weapons to do this. They got weapons for tsunamis, weapons for earthquakes, weapons to alter the weather, because they got it from some of it they got from Inky and them leftover equipment that was over here. That you know, the H project was already in Alaska before the government got a hold of it. It was there for thousands of years, and Inky is the one that built it there, and he built it specifically there for a reason in that location. Yeah, keep in mind, at one point, the planet, all that land was one called Pangea. So Alaska is a critical location when it comes down to controlling the weather, especially in the United States, or what you call the the Americas. I'm telling you, man. So yeah, see, all the Dragonians ain't bad, right? So it's a group, it's a benevolent Dragonian too. It's the origin from Saturn. Well, they origin from Earth, Tiamat, and then they went to Saturn, and then they set up their base on a planet called Titan, which is really, they saying it's a moon to Saturn, but it's really a planet. Just like Europa is a planet, which they say is a moon to a Jupiter, I think, right? But these guys who come from Titan, they eventually got a war broke out there, to where they eventually set up them a whole galaxy to where they can like kind of like counter pocket them and contain them. And that system that they contain them in became known as the Dragons. But some of them, now the kick down the earth part is a little twisted a little bit, how they telling you. Like the kick down the earth part is a little twisted. The ones that got kicked down to earth, they didn't get kicked down to earth. What happens is they came down to earth for a wedding ceremony, and particularly Murdoch's, who some of y'all might refer to as Amun, and Melchizedek, and Yanun is his galactical name. And they came down for his wedding, and boom, pretty much got into it. Some joint got into it because they wanted some Mushu, right? If you don't know, you got to go back and watch Rush Hour to figure out. Somebody driving in the chat, what is Mushu? What is Mushu, man? You got to say like a scientific word for it. And this caused them to run off into the woods with the chicks and started getting booty or whatnot. There were giants in the earth in those days. And keep in mind, those giants was in America. That's what the Smithsonian Institute is covering up, we found out. They covering up redhead giants and all kind of other stuff. Some of them giants were called the Watusis that was already in America. The Afar people were already in America. Now, this the thing. See, they want to cover up the fact that the Bantu people was in America as the Olmecs. They don't never in the school they didn't never teach you about the Olmecs. Why? If the Olmecs are the people that they're saying down there now, why didn't they teach you about them? Why didn't they teach you about the Olmecs? They taught you about Mexicans, not Olmecs. Who are the Mexicans? The Mexicans are descendants of the Olmecs. They're mixed in with Hoshin, though. Hoshin came over in I think it was the 400s. On the West Coast, that's why you see on the West Coast, you see a lot of people mixed with Asian features. Right? So we like it's hard to say. It's a lot of people over here that can pass for real Americans, descendants of real Americans, even so-called people that's saying they white folks. A lot of them are natives. A lot of them are natives because they mixed in or they were either albinos from the tribe of Canaan. You got to keep in mind, this is Israel, You know that the Garden of Eden was over here, so that means that Canaan was over here. That means that if you want to go with the Bible narrative, a lot of people don't want to go with the Bible narrative, but I'm just saying to tell the people that's listening, that's Bible guys, and then point in fact that this land that you call in America is Israel, and it wasn't called Israel. Israel just was a covenant, a deal that was made between three people, and that's Murdoch, who is Amun, who set up the Tamaray Police Department, and this right here is Tamaray, America. He set up the Tamaray Police Department, and he began training his military. The first military that was set up on Earth was set up by Murdoch, as far as teaching the humans. And he taught them an art form. He taught them an art form called a Muntu art form, and that's how he get one of his names. One of Murdoch's names is Muntu. I got a tape coming out on the Muntu art form this week too. Stay tuned for that. It's gonna be lit. So Murdoch began training them. So that's the Ra part. That is Ra. The first part is Isis, Inanna, who was Big Mama. Because he was like, who was Big Mama? Inanna's Big Mama. The one that the Pope go and worship and bow down and pray every morning when you get up. The Black Madonna. This Inanna's land. They know it. I'm telling you, man. And then so that's the Ish Ra El. The El part is dealing with when they was there making a deal. I knew was there to sit put a seal on it as the agreement that these children, if they abide by this agreement, this contract, that they'll be picked and taken. or they'll get to come up higher, right? And in that contract, a lot of the stuff that the Israelites doing, as far as the ritual part, was added later. The laws are some of the same laws though, and these laws was in the 42 negative confessions, right? The 42 negative confessions really are the original. The original rules in the contract of the original Israelites is the 42 negative confession. Really, pretty much the whole layout is ancient Kemetic. They flip it. They try to separate that from Egypt. I mean, separate the Israelite doctrine from Egypt. But the Egyptians, all the Israelites, they're the same people. And really, we're not Egyptians because the word Egyptian applies to the burnt face Greeks who we call Egyptos. That's where the word really comes from. It means burnt face, right? But so we didn't really call ourselves Egyptians, right? Timerian is the real term that you're supposed to, because it was right. But these people, that the deal, all of the information, a lot of the rituals was added later after they got usurped after 1492. In 1492, that's when it got usurped. That's when the original Al Islam, because the 42 negative confessions is part of Islam civics. The original doctrine was Islam civics. It's called Al Islam, and it's not what you call in religion today. That started by what you call in Islam today. That was started by the Pope to counter the Byzantine Empire, right? Not that Islam. I'm talking about El Islam, which is the way government is ran, the way families are set up, the way businesses is ran, the way farmers run their farm, the way everything is just natural, is common law, common rules, natural law, natural order. That's El Islam. And so those 42 negative confessions are part of Al Islam, which is Ma'at, truth, justice, and equality. Right? I'm telling you, man, go check it out. Go. Like a lot of y'all, it resonate with me. The original Israelite covenant was a part of the 2 negative confessions, and we did the same. A lot of the rituals they did, we was doing them in ancient Kemet, like the walking the 7 times around that the Israelites do and the Ishmaelites do in Mecca. The Egyptians was already doing that. I can show you a lot of the stuff that they doing is emulated. It's the emulation of our culture, and then they put their own spin on it, and then enslaved us with it. Because the sun rising from the dead and all that's ancient Egyptian teachings. Going to the grave 3 days. That's what our Nana went to the grave 3 days and 3 nights to the underworld, and then rose back from the dead. Our Nana did that. And that story predates the story of Haru. So it's like at this time you can really start to spot the devils, because once you see somebody that hit the truth and they still go out to do what they got to do to try to keep people under the spell, you know what I'm saying? They go out of their way to keep people under the spell. We know whose side they on at this point. They with the colonizers. They with the planet poachers. They with the free grazers. Free grazing off Big Mama's land, I tell you. They free grazers. Why else would they come over here jacking with us? You know? They want some free grazing, man, going on. Right? And so what's the whole game? Take my glass off so I can see the comments. What's the whole game playing on these guys? Right? The whole move. The whole skill and skedaddle. In the end, they lose. Go read Revelations chapter 7. It don't matter how you try to play it out in your mind of all the evil stuff that they think they got to try to get off about chipping everybody and all. Ain't none of this don't work. Lost. And not because of us. You lost because your own. Like Mark Brady used to tell us, the elites say that all things must come to an end. That's what they said. All things must come to an end. But they was too stupid to disinclude themselves. Right? That's what Mark Brady used to tell us. They were too stupid to disinclude themselves. And so therefore they are coming to an end. That's why you see they want us to be scared. They want to do the Charlie Kirk. They want to scare us. And then a lot of the scary stuff they wanted to get off got shut down. All this, they real scary stuff they wanted to get off, it got shut down. So now they going for the final move. The final move is faking alien invasion. But now everybody on to that. So what you gonna do now? You don't got no more moves. Your last move, faking alien invasion, because you know a real alien's coming. You don't got no more moves, man. The devil only got 3 moves. This is a 3-dimensional world. He only got 3 moves. He pulled all 3 moves, and he keep pulling the 3 moves. Those 3 moves are outdated. The 3 moves the devil been pulling is outdated. I'm telling you, man. It's been outdated for about 10 years now. And you know something? I sat up around and thought, man. I said the devil really thought that he was gonna stop Dr. Malachi York by locking him up. The devil really thought that he was gonna stop Malachi. But he didn't stop Malachi. You know why? Because Malachi lived through his information. His mission was to get it. He did his job. Malachi got high ranks. I'm telling you. The information is out there. You arrested the man, but you ain't arrest the information. You tried to arrest the information, and he's still trying to. Because I bet you in the new information, they don't teach you nothing about sovereignty. They don't teach you nothing about we Moors. They don't teach you nothing about none of that. And I might be wrong, but to me, I think so. They don't teach none of that because that's part of the Killer Clowns. It's called Operation Spinoff. Go. I'm gonna do a tape on it. It's called Operation Spinoff. Operation Spinoff is how when they got when they say the COINTELPRO, if they make you a target and then say your information is potent and they got to stop you and your information from going. So once they get you locked up, they run Operation Spinoff. It's like a finish crew where they come and try to dismantle your information. If the heinous crime, they find the most heinous crime they can find so nobody will want to mess with you, right? They got to find the most heinous crime. They had to find the most heinous crime they can frame Dr. Malachi York with. That way when people hear it, they say, I don't want to hear nothing he got to say. I don't want to hear his information or nothing. He touched kids. I don't want to hear nothing. When in the case, there's no children in the case. Everybody's over 18. That's an actual fact. And judge, you for the people that's saying what they saying, cause I big up little bro Phase for checking a sucker. And I didn't want to say the dude. I don't even know the dude's name. Really, I forgot his name. But I was looking in his eyes, and I could tell he a follower of Young Pharaoh. Right? He listened to what Young Pharaoh saying. He just kept twisting thumb. I watched the whole 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning watching the whole joint. And little bro just kept twisting his arm because he was full of crap. You just heard what Young Pharaoh saying. I'll tell you why. Fuck Young Pharaoh. And I'm going to tell you why I said fuck Young Pharaoh. Because Young Pharaoh, when he first came out, he was talking about Malachi. Man, he was talking Malachi shit and teachings. And then when one of Malachi's students said, yeah, you got that from Malachi, here's to go right here in the book. He said, oh, no. Then he from that point on, he started slandering Malachi. He went on a campaign to slander Malachi. And I gotta say this because I gotta say this because this is what suckers doing. They don't when they talk about Malachi, they don't mention COINTELPRO operations working on against Malachi. They don't mention that the transcripts you reading the COINTELPRO operation doctored up transcripts. And the rest of the stuff that you can see, if you will see it and you'll figure out they rigged Malachi, they seal those. Judge Ashley A. Royal seal those. Now ask yourself that. Why would they seal court transcripts, half of the court transcripts? Now they gonna lie to tell you that it was children underage. It wasn't no children underage. We already told you that. We already exposed it. But why they gotta seal the court files? Because it's several statements that were made. One by Joanne, I think that's her name, Joanne, the FBI agent. Hey, hold on. That says that when they got on the stand, she said we have no evidence. An FBI agent said that we have no evidence against Dr. Malachi York in this case, and they had her retire after that. Stand on the stand right after she said that. Go check it out. I got the files. I got the files where on the off the Dr. Malachi free Dr. Malachi York.com, where it says that that's why they holding the files. They holding that part, right? But this clown that Faye's talking with, he on the whole all it. He don't give a damn. He said he don't give a damn about all it. But then he out speaking on it. He don't give a damn about a man. But if it was him, I bet he'd give a damn. That's what's wrong with niggas. But he just want to go where young Pharaoh said, who young Pharaoh dissed all of his ancestors. That's why I said fuck young Pharaoh. Young Pharaoh dissed all of his ancestors. He dissed the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Minister Farrakhan, everybody. I don't even listen to him just because of that. He don't got no respect for none of the people. He just look at all. He just want to he disrespect people just to get his own self out. Why he went through all that shit. That's why he went through all that stuff, that trouble, because he disrespected the ancestors. I'm telling you. And he'll still go through it as long as he still don't come back and clean it up. Hey, Pharaoh, you got a chance to make that right. Because the ancestors here, all you got to say, apologize to the ancestors. That's all you got to do. That's why you ain't heard him put nothing new out. Because the ancestors cut his water off. Because when you think you know it all, that means you don't need to know nothing else, do you? Cut him off. Ain't nothing. He don't know nothing. What new he taught? He ain't doing nothing regurgitating the signs, Dr. Malachi Z. York tablet, the signs of healing. That's the only thing he regurgitated. That little pamphlet, 85-page pamphlet. That's his whole teachings. That's why I can go out. When I listen to his students, that's all they talking. Oh, telepathic and this and that. And then FaZe asks him, well, how you weigh that? Well, see, let me go look it up. Niggas, shut up. Let me go check this out. Nah, nigga. Man, look. And then little bro could have helped him out. Little bro just let him. He could have told him how, but he let him fall. Just let him go because he one of them. He one of them suckers, man, that need to fall on his face. Trying to build his little. He one of them. Then he act like a little. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. I wasn't even gonna say nothing about it, but it just. He don't even give a damn that Malachi done 23 years for something he didn't do. That he was set up by COINTELPRO operations for trying to teach us that we were Native American Indians and the Moors. And he had set up a whole city almost with his own money. With his own money. You know what I'm saying? He really pissed the government off. Setting up his own money. Set up his own, man. He pretty much was cutting us output plug, unplugging everybody that was a part of the organization. And then, not to mention that they say, oh, he broke the oath. He broke the Masonic oath by revealing all the secrets with the let's set the record straight book. So that's why they ultimately said, oh, they railroaded them. The knights, everybody. But it really, the people that really did them was the clowns, the killer clowns. The killer clowns is the ones that ultimately, because that's the facility that he at, that's owned by the killer clowns. They alchemists, they wizards, they warlocks. But Baba's an alchemist too. And so, like I said, you think you stop Baba when you arrested him, man, you ain't do nothing but speed the process up. They was hoping that they was hoping that they was gonna slow it down by arresting Doc. But all they did is sped it up. You should have left they would have left Doc out, it might would have had more time. You know what I'm saying? They would have had more time. Hey, but you messed up now, because now you know how many people walking around with Malachi books? Can't stop Malachi. You can't stop Malachi. It's over with, man. Even if you tried to come out to me, it's over. Nothing you can do. Never have it been made so clear.